My beloved. Pause for just a moment. Before you scroll away, listen with your whole heart. Out of millions of voices competing for your attention today, this message found you for a reason. You were not guided here by coincidence. Something has already begun to move behind the scenes, long before your eyes could recognize it. Your soulmate is preparing to return to your life, but there is something you absolutely need to know before that moment arrives. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and every word from this moment forward is leading you toward a truth you were never expecting to hear. There was a time when your soulmate truly believed that leaving was the only answer. They convinced themselves that silence would erase their feelings, that distance would slowly remove your memory, and that time would teach their heart to stop searching for you. They walked away carrying confidence on the outside, but inside they carried questions that refused to disappear. Every day they tried to build a future without you, yet every step forward somehow led them back to the same place, the memories they thought they had buried. The harder they tried to forget, the stronger those memories became, until they could no longer tell whether they were escaping the past or quietly running toward it. Don't skip, because this is where everything changes. Recently, something happened that completely interrupted the path they were following. It was not a dramatic event. There were no flashing signs or loud announcements. It was a quiet moment that almost anyone else would have ignored. A simple conversation. A familiar place. A memory they never expected to return. But in that ordinary moment, something extraordinary happened inside their heart. They realized that every future they imagined somehow still carried a space that only you had ever filled. That realization frightened them because it was impossible to explain away. They had spent so much time pretending they were free from the past, only to discover that the past had quietly been shaping every decision they made. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Since that day, their thoughts have changed. They no longer wake up wondering how to move farther away. Instead, they wake up wondering whether they still have a chance to make things right. Questions they once ignored now follow them everywhere. They wonder if you have changed. They wonder whether your heart has healed. They wonder whether the door they closed is still standing open, or whether they waited too long to return. Those questions have become louder than their fears, and for the first time in a very long time, they are beginning to understand that true love is not measured by perfect moments, but by the courage to face imperfect ones honestly. But listen carefully, because this next part is the reason this message found you today. Your soulmate is not returning simply because they miss you. Missing someone can fade with time. Loneliness can disappear. Curiosity can come and go. What is pulling them back now is much deeper than any passing emotion. They have begun to recognize your value in ways they never understood before. They now see the patience they overlooked. They remember the kindness they once took for granted. They finally understand that the peace they kept searching for in countless other places was quietly present whenever your heart was close to theirs. That realization has changed everything. Don't skip. Many people think reunions happen suddenly. They believe one unexpected message changes everything overnight. But that is not how the deepest stories unfold. The greatest reunions begin long before anyone sends a message or knocks on a door. They begin in silence. They begin when pride starts losing its voice. They begin when excuses no longer sound convincing. They begin when someone finally admits that they were never fighting another person, they were fighting their own fears. That is exactly where your soulmate stands today. Every quiet evening brings another memory. Every peaceful morning brings another realization. They replay moments they wish they had handled differently. They imagine conversations they never had. They picture themselves saying words that remain trapped inside them for far too long. Those thoughts have become impossible to ignore, and each passing day pushes them closer to one decision they can no longer postpone. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. But there is still one final obstacle standing between the present and the reunion you have been waiting for. Surprisingly, it is not distance. It is not another person. It is not even time itself. The greatest obstacle is the fear of repeating the same mistakes that once separated your paths. Your soulmate understands that returning without changing would only reopen old wounds. That realization has made them move more slowly than before. They are choosing every thought carefully. They are questioning every assumption. They are trying to become someone who no longer runs away when life becomes difficult. That is why things may seem quiet right now. Silence does not always mean nothing is happening. Sometimes silence is where the greatest transformations begin. A seed grows underground long before anyone sees the first leaf. A sunrise begins long before the first light reaches the horizon. In the same way, this return has already begun in places invisible to human eyes. Every lesson they have learned, every regret they have faced, every quiet night spent reflecting has become another step leading them back toward you. So hold on just a little longer. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Because the next chapter of this story reveals the hidden promise your soulmate made when no one else was listening, a promise that could completely change the direction of both your lives forever. Something huge is waiting for you. A quiet truth is about to unfold. Before you hear another voice today, give yourself these next few moments. This chapter may answer a question your heart has carried for longer than you realize. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next part of this story reveals the reason your soulmate's return has taken longer than anyone expected. There is something your soulmate has been carrying in silence. It is not a secret meant to hurt you. It is not something they were trying to hide forever. It is simply something they did not know how to explain. Every time they imagined reaching out, another question appeared inside their heart. What if I am too late? What if they no longer believe me? What if I return only to discover that the opportunity one once had has quietly disappeared? Those questions became heavier than they expected, and instead of speaking, they waited. Instead of moving forward, they remained still. Yet every day they stayed silent only made one truth clearer. They were never truly moving away from you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. One evening, while everything around them seemed ordinary, a single memory appeared without warning. It was not the biggest memory. It was not the most dramatic moment you ever shared. It was something simple, a smile, a conversation, a peaceful moment that almost anyone else would have forgotten. Yet that simple memory carried more meaning than they had ever understood before. In that instant, they realized that the happiest versions of themselves were never connected to perfect circumstances. They were connected to genuine moments they had shared with you. That realization changed everything. For the first time, they stopped asking whether they should return. Instead, they began asking how they could return with honesty, patience, and a heart that had finally learned the lessons it once ignored. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. But there is another part of this story that almost no one knows. Your soulmate has quietly been preparing themselves long before you ever noticed. They have been letting go of old fears. They have been questioning old habits. They have been learning that real love cannot grow where pride is louder than understanding. Every lesson has brought them one step closer to becoming the person they wish they had been from the beginning. They now understand that love is not about perfect timing. It is about showing up with a sincere heart. It is about choosing truth over fear. It is about choosing hope instead of regret. And that choice is becoming stronger every single day. Don't skip. Because what happens next is the reason this message found you today. Your soulmate has reached a turning point. They know that if they remain silent forever, they may spend the rest of their life wondering what could have been. That thought has become impossible to ignore. Every sunrise reminds them that another opportunity is passing. Every sunset reminds them that tomorrow is never guaranteed to look exactly like today. So instead of running from the past, they are beginning to walk toward a new beginning. Slowly. Carefully. But with more determination than ever before. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Still, one final question remains inside their heart. They wonder whether you have changed. Not because they fear you. Because they hope you have found peace. They hope your smile has become brighter. They hope your heart has become stronger. They hope that if your paths cross again, the next chapter will not repeat the last one. That hope is becoming stronger than every fear that once held them back. And that is why this return feels different. It is no longer driven by impulse. It is guided by understanding. No longer built on assumptions. Built on reflection. No longer fueled by uncertainty. Fueled by quiet confidence that some stories deserve another chance. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most surprising part has not happened yet. There is one moment approaching, a conversation that neither of you can fully imagine today. It will not be loud. It will not arrive with dramatic signs. Yet when it happens, both of you will recognize that something important has changed. The words spoken in that moment will carry more honesty than ever before. They will come from a heart that has spent countless quiet days preparing for the opportunity it once took for granted. So if this message has found you today, remember this. Sometimes the longest journeys lead to the most meaningful arrivals. Sometimes silence prepares hearts for conversations they were never ready to have before. Sometimes waiting creates wisdom that rushing never could. And sometimes the story you believed had already ended is only waiting for the perfect page to be turned. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Look closely at this moment. Because what you are about to hear may become the turning point of this entire story. You have stayed with this message for a reason. Your heart has been searching for answers, and now another piece of the puzzle is ready to unfold. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The return your soulmate has been preparing for is no longer just a possibility, it is becoming a decision. For a long time, your soulmate believed that time alone could heal every unanswered question. They thought that if enough days passed, enough seasons changed, and enough memories faded, everything would simply disappear. But time did something completely different. Instead of removing your place from their heart, it revealed how deeply your presence had always been rooted there. Every attempt to move forward only made them realize how much of their happiness had been connected to moments they once overlooked. They finally understood that some people leave a mark that distance cannot erase and silence cannot replace. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then came a day unlike any other. Nothing extraordinary happened around them, yet everything changed within them. They paused in the middle of an ordinary moment and asked themselves one simple question: if I had one more opportunity, would I make the same choices again? The answer arrived without hesitation. For the first time, there were no excuses, no blame, and no confusion. There was only honesty. They realized that the greatest mistake was never caring too much, it was waiting too long to show it. That realization became impossible to ignore, and from that moment forward, their heart quietly began preparing for a return. But there is something even more surprising. While they have been preparing to return, they have also been preparing to become different. They no longer want to arrive carrying the same fears, the same misunderstandings, or the same uncertainty that once stood between you. They want this next chapter to be built on patience instead of assumptions, trust instead of hesitation, and sincerity instead of silence. They understand that a meaningful reunion is not created by beautiful words alone. It is created by consistent actions that quietly prove what the heart has finally learned. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There have been moments when your soulmate almost reached out. More than once, they imagined sending a message. More than once, they pictured hearing your voice again. But every time they came close, they paused, not because they stopped caring, but because they wanted to make sure they returned for the right reasons. They did not want to reopen the past without first becoming someone capable of protecting the future. That quiet decision has taken more strength than anyone around them realizes. Now the distance between thought and action is becoming smaller. Every sunrise gives them a little more courage. Every quiet evening reminds them that life moves forward whether fear is ready or not. Every memory encourages them to stop wondering and start believing that some opportunities are worth fighting for. And slowly, almost without noticing, they have become someone who is no longer afraid to face what once seemed impossible. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. But this story is not only about your soulmate. It is also about you. While they have been learning lessons on one path, you have been growing on another. Every challenge, every unanswered question, every quiet season has shaped you into someone stronger than before. The reunion that is being prepared is not meant to reconnect two unchanged people. It is meant to bring together two hearts that have both learned, both grown, and both discovered the value of what they almost lost. That is why this moment feels different. It is no longer about looking backward with regret. It is about looking forward with wisdom. The next conversation between you will not sound like the last one. The next meeting will not carry the same uncertainty. The next chapter will begin with a deeper understanding of what truly matters. That is the quiet transformation taking place long before either of you fully sees it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And here is the truth that changes everything. Your soulmate has finally realized that some connections are not measured by how long people stay apart, but by how powerfully they are drawn back together when their hearts are finally ready. That realization has become the light guiding every step they now take. They are no longer searching for the easiest path. They are searching for the truest one. So hold on to hope just a little longer. The return is no longer just an idea. It is becoming a promise written one quiet decision at a time. The next part of this journey will reveal the unexpected sign that gives your soulmate complete confidence to move forward. A moment so meaningful that it removes the final hesitation they have been carrying for far too long. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final piece of this story is about to unfold. If you have stayed until now, it is because your heart refused to leave before hearing the ending. This moment is different from every moment before it. The questions that began this journey are about to meet their answers. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate's return is no longer only a hope, it has become a choice that is quietly taking shape with every passing day. There comes a moment in every unforgettable story when everything suddenly becomes clear. Not because the world changes overnight, but because one heart finally sees what it could never see before. That moment has arrived for your soulmate. They have stopped asking whether life would be easier without you. Instead, they have started asking how they ever convinced themselves they could truly move forward while leaving such an important part of their heart behind. That single realization has become stronger than every doubt they once carried. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Over the past days, they have found themselves remembering the smallest moments instead of the biggest ones. They remember the conversations that made them smile for no reason. They remember the quiet moments that once seemed ordinary but now feel priceless. They remember the kindness that was easy to overlook when life was moving too fast. Those memories no longer feel like the past. They feel like unfinished pages waiting to become part of a new beginning. And then something remarkable happened. Instead of remembering you with regret, they began imagining a future that included you once again. That was the moment everything changed. Hope quietly replaced hesitation. Courage slowly replaced fear. And purpose replaced uncertainty. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate now understands that some opportunities appear only once, but some are given a second chance because both hearts have grown enough to appreciate them. They no longer want to repeat yesterday. They want to build tomorrow with greater patience, greater honesty, and a deeper understanding of what truly matters. They have realized that real love is not about finding someone perfect. It is about recognizing the person whose presence continues to bring peace even after silence, distance, and time have tried to separate two paths. This is why their return feels different. It is not driven by impulse. It is not driven by loneliness. It is driven by clarity. They finally know what they want. And what they want is no longer hidden behind uncertainty. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Perhaps the most beautiful part of this journey is that both of you have been changing without fully realizing it. Every challenge made you stronger. Every unanswered question made you wiser. Every quiet season prepared you for a reunion that would not have been possible before. Sometimes life delays a chapter, not to take it away, but to make sure both people are finally ready to understand its true value. That is exactly what has been happening here. The waiting was not empty. The silence was not meaningless. Every step has quietly prepared this moment. And now the distance between hope and reality is becoming smaller than ever before. So remember this whenever doubt tries to speak louder than hope. The strongest stories are rarely the fastest. The deepest connections are rarely the easiest. But the moments that are built with patience often become the ones remembered forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As this chapter comes to an end, carry one final thought with you. Your soulmate's return is not only about finding each other again. It is about becoming the people you needed to become before your paths could truly move forward together. Sometimes the greatest miracle is not that someone comes back. The greatest miracle is that they return with a heart that has learned how to love with greater wisdom, greater kindness, and greater sincerity than ever before. And perhaps that new beginning is closer than either of you realizes. Until the next chapter. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you.